I don't think it's going to be much consolation in terms of other sides in the playoffs not painting themselves in any sort of glory this afternoon.
Well, that is the final whistle. Final score here is St Albans have won by 2-1. It's been a decent fight back in the end in the second half by Maidstone, because it could easily have been 3-0 if Smith had taken that chance when they were 2-0 up. But in the end, it was just too much for the 10 men, and you've really got to look back at those two key decisions in the first half when Partington didn't get sent off for what would have been a second bookable offence for St Albans, and then Fowler got shown a straight red, and that just tilted the scales in St Albans' favour, and it just gave Maidstone just that bit too much to do, Sean.
It did. I mean, you go through it all. We think Greenwich could have had a hat-trick on another day for Maidstone this afternoon with all the headed chances he had, hobbling by the end of it all. Everybody that was left on the pitch was, very much hobbling around and given as much as they were physically able to this afternoon. It just didn't go their way. With Tanger being fouled right on the edge of the box, potentially second yellow for Partington. Jeffers gave them that lead halfway through that first half. It was then we had that incident with Tanger and the free kick, Greenwich having a header from that particular free kick. Fowler gets sent off just before half time. Rush drags one wide right on half time as well, so it's 1-0 at half time. Foul shot at 2-0 down after Asulo had managed to put Maidstone up, and really could have, things could have ended differently with Maidstone with Fowle's chance. Asulo getting that goal, but yeah, with Rush getting that one back, we did just wonder, was there a chance for Maidstone to do something that they've done so often, not only in this fixture but in this sort of arena, in this sort of how it's been going for Maidstone.
I'm just watching now. I've just seen the referee sort of walk off, and he's getting a bit of a send-off from some of the supporters on the near side, which is probably what you'd expect.
The frustrations have got to be given out somewhere. I can understand that some of the decisions haven't been spot on from the referee. I mean, the amount of yellow cards he has produced for some of the fouls.
What I would say, I don't think you could say it was a robbery exactly. I don't think you could say that there was a massive injustice here. It could have gone either way. It very nearly did go either way. St Albans scored at a really important time with Rasulo. He took that goal really well, and it's one of these performances where it's not dissimilar to Bath on Tuesday night, where it's been quite an entertaining game in the second half in particular, and it hasn't quite gone for us. Two or three things that could have changed it didn't happen, and that you have to kind of say that management are just going to have to look at that and try and fix it ahead of Chelmsford on Tuesday night.
Indeed, yeah. Not always. I mean, I'd say we've probably had a fair chunk of the rub of the green this season, certainly at home. Only the third defeat in 18 in the league. It's just a shame that Maidstone, as the final players make their way off the pitch, as St Albans cheer themselves. Meeks giving it the Klopp-style biggin. Harry Wheeler advisably steering a bit clear of that.
George is still getting a round of applause as well. From
still smiling, still happy, because Maidstone's still very much a contention, and it's Chelmsford on Tuesday. It's another massive 6-pointer. A win there puts Maidstone likely back in the playoff hunt. A lot of sides in that sort of middle third with nothing to play for the rest of the season other than contracts for next season. So there is hope for Maidstone still. It's going to hurt this one, because it's very rare that Maidstone lose games at home. I think that's the 21st game at home this season, and still only the third defeat. So it's rolling on to Tuesday with Chris and John. Who'll be on air for you.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. Final score here: Maidstone United 1, St Albans 2. On behalf of myself, Fred Atkins, and my co-commentator and producer Sean Skerr, thanks very much for staying with us. Not the result we wanted this afternoon, not a disgraceful performance, but possibly could just have done with a bit of luck somewhere along the line. We'll see you on Tuesday.